The MIDI controllers are essential tools in modern music production, offering versatile ways to interact with digital audio workstations and virtual instruments. In this video, we'll explore what MIDI controllers are, how they work, and their role in creating music. Whether you're a musician, producer, or simply curious about music technology, understanding MIDI controllers will expand your creative possibilities. What are MIDI controllers? MIDI, which stands for Musical Instrument Digital Interface, is a protocol that allows electronic musical instruments, computers, and other devices to communicate and synchronize with each other. MIDI controllers are devices that generate and transmit MIDI data to control various aspects of music software and hardware. Types of MIDI controllers. There are several types of MIDI controllers, each designed for specific musical purposes. Keyboard controllers. These resemble traditional pianos or synthesizers and are used to play melodies, chords, and bass lines. They often have velocity-sensitive keys that respond to how hard or soft they are played. Pad controllers. These feature pads that can trigger drum sounds, samples, or loops. They are popular in electronic music production for creating beats and rhythmic patterns. Knob and fader controllers. These controllers have knobs, sliders, faders, or rotary encoders that can adjust parameters such as volume, pan, EQ, and effect settings. They provide tactile control over software parameters for precise adjustments. Wind controllers. These controllers mimic the feel and technique of wind instruments like saxophones or flutes, allowing for expressive control over virtual instrument sounds. Grid controllers. These controllers feature a grid of buttons or pads arranged in a matrix, commonly used for launching clips in live performance or triggering samples and loops. How MIDI controllers work. MIDI controllers do not produce sound on their own. Instead, they send MIDI messages to connected devices. These messages can include note-on and note-off commands, velocity, how hard a note is struck, pitch bend, modulation, and more. MIDI data is transmitted via USB, MIDI cables, or wirelessly, depending on the controller and its connectivity options. Integration with DAWs and virtual instruments. MIDI controllers integrate seamlessly with DAWs and virtual instruments. They allow musicians and producers to record MIDI performances directly into their software, manipulate virtual instrument parameters in real time, and control various aspects of their production workflow without touching a mouse or keyboard. Advantages of MIDI controllers. Using MIDI controllers offers several advantages. Expressiveness. MIDI controllers allow for expressive performances that capture the nuances of human playing, such as dynamics and articulation. Versatility. They enable musicians to control a wide range of sounds and effects from different virtual instruments and plugins. Creativity. MIDI controllers encourage experimentation and creativity by providing intuitive ways to interact with music software. In summary, MIDI controllers are powerful tools that bridge the gap between traditional musical instruments and digital music production. Whether you're creating electronic music, recording live instruments, or experimenting with sound design, MIDI controllers offer endless possibilities for musical expression and creativity. By understanding MIDI controllers and their capabilities, you'll be equipped to enhance your music production workflow and explore new avenues of musical creativity.